everyone, I am Apeksha and I welcome you back to this series which is dedicated to understanding the stock market basics. So guys, while analyzing any particular company, a lot of factors are studied by us, such as the business model, the annual results, quarterly analysis, etc. But along with all of this, one has to be extremely vigilant and keep an eye on the shareholding pattern of the company. We can get a few very important insights if we analyze this, and today we will be discussing what are the kind of insights that we can get. Now before proceeding ahead with the topic, let me first tell you about our channel The Money Roller. So on this channel we have been uploading a lot of videos which are thoroughly researched by our team, and they are especially on topics related to financial markets and economics. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any important update. Alright, so now we can get started. So like I already told you, we would be talking about the shareholding pattern of a company, and to start with we will see how is it distributed. So this is how it is distributed. These are the two main things. Promoter shareholding is one of the main aspect which has the shares of all the founders or the owners of the company. Relatives of owners will also fall under the same category. And then there is public shareholding. So under public shareholding we have your institutional investors. So this could be the this could be foreign institutional investors, FIIs, or the domestic institutional investors, which are your DIIs. Then financial bodies such as mutual funds or maybe banking companies, etc. And then comes your retail investors. So now what we are going to do is we will directly go to the BSE's website and we will go through one particular example, and then we will discuss this topic further. So here I have loaded the website of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, and I have already searched for Sun Pharmaceuticals. So you can search for whichever company you want under this search bar. Then we will scroll down a little bit and you can see there is shareholding pattern. So under shareholding pattern we can understand that the promoters are holding 54.69% shares and public is having 45.31. So the majority, I mean more than 50%, the promoters are holding. So that's what we understand. But that's not enough. What we have to do is we have to go to this particular arrow. Okay, that will give us more details. So when you click on that, this particular page will load and you have to just go a little below. Look at this particular links. So first we will go through this particular link. They will give you more details on who are the promoters exactly and who are the public shareholders as well. So that two things we will go through. And here look at the fourth point that is there. So what happens is people who are holding more than 1% share in a company, 1% or more than 1%, they have to also declare this particular thing. Okay, they have to disclose this. So that's why you will get the details on this front as well. So let's go to the promoter holding section that is there. So this is the promoter and promoter group holding. So you can see that they have given you the names of all the family members who are holding the shares, who are a part of promoter group, right? All the relatives, etc. And then there comes a few other companies as well. Okay, now we can go to this particular section which is other public public shareholders. So under public shareholders, look at this. These are all the mutual funds or fund houses which are having shares, which are holding the shares of this particular company. If you go down a little bit, there is AIF as well. Then there will be foreign institutional investors or else foreign portfolio investors are there. Certain institutions are there, also there, banking company. Look at this, LIC is also having holding in this particular company. So likewise you have to check whether there are certain important institutions who are holding the shares or not. Now one interesting thing with mutual funds is that, so if the company is having good amount of promoter shareholding and there are mutual funds as well in that company, so that means that company is really doing well. Because in the case of mutual fund, what happens is they are taking money from investors, other random people, right, who are actually not investing their money directly in the market, but they are doing it through the mutual fund. So that is why it is the responsibility of the mutual fund to look for companies which are going to do really good, because they have the responsibility to give them good amount of returns to their unit holders basically. So that is the reason this person called as fund manager, he or she will always look forward to investing in such kind of companies who have very strong values, strong fundamentals, etc. So if you find any such company wherein mutual funds are holding shares plus the promoter shareholding is also in a good shape, then you can definitely think of sort of investing in that. That's one thing. And usually if the promoter stake is high in any company, then that's considered to be a good sign. It shows that the promoter is having confidence in the business, and that is why we can also trust that entire business. We can study the company thoroughly, and then if we want, we can go ahead and invest there. And what you have to do is, now you have to keep checking whether the promoter shareholding is increasing or decreasing. Now there is no straight answer to whether if they are buying it is a good sign, whether they are selling it is a bad sign. So there is no straight good or bad kind of a thing over here, because this depends on case to case basis. So you have to understand basically why are they doing this. If they are buying, if they are selling, whatever they are doing, you have to understand why are they doing. For example, if they are selling the shares, it can be to pay off debt, for any kind of new acquisition, maybe to strengthen the balance sheet, maybe they want to start a new venture. So there can be endless examples of why they want to maybe do it. They buy more shares or maybe sell more shares, whatever that is. So you have to first of all understand or investigate the reason, and then you have to come to a conclusion whether that was a good move by the company or bad move, and accordingly you can decide what you should be doing with your investment. That's one thing. Secondly, if the promoter is selling the shares continuously, that person is just selling the shares, then you have to be a little vigilant. You have to be alert and check what's wrong with it. Because I'll give you a very famous example. So during Satyam scandal, what had happened was Ramalinga Raju was continuously selling his shares. His shares were continuously decreasing. So from 2001 to 2008, he had sold around about 4.4 crore share. So people who actually might have followed this particular thing, shareholding pattern, and who might have analyzed their particular results and the entire company well, they might have understood that there is some problem. There is something wrong with the company because of which this has been happening, and they might have at least reduced their holding or maybe sold their holding in that company, right? So that is why you have to be very vigilant. So yeah, these were the few things that I wanted to tell you about the promoter holding. Then there is one more important concept that you need to understand, which is a pledge. So shares are basically the asset, right? So it can be considered as a security in the form of collateral for taking any kind of loan. So even when we are going to take any kind of loan, we either take it on gold. Okay, gold loans we get nowadays. Then there is a loan on your home. So you can keep your home as a collateral and then get the loan. So in the similar manner, what the promoter does is he keeps his shares as collateral and then takes the loan. So that's called as pledging, right? So if the pledging amount, if the number of shares that are pledged are pretty high by the promoter, then that's risky. You have to look at it. But if it is a minimal amount of pledge and if they are clearing it, then that's not a problem, because they give you details. Publicly news will also come whenever the pledge is reducing, and how they are planning to reduce the pledge. That also sometimes the company publicly gives out that information. So you have to check that. So in this company only, Sun Pharmaceuticals, there was pledge of, yeah, look at this, there is pledge. Here they have given you the details. So likewise, the details are given by the company. So these are the main things that I wanted to tell you about shareholding pattern. You have to be very vigilant. You will get certain insights related to the company from here. So that's it from my end, guys. If you have any kind of questions, queries, please put it in the comment section. Do let me know how did you find the video, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any important update. Thank you so much.